Stan Gibilisco here, showing you a little bit more of the Windows calculator designed for tablets. I've been exploring that a little bit and decided to pin it to my taskbar. So let's just go right to it. There's three modes that you can use: standard, scientific, or converter. And I think it's pretty obvious here. You want to convert milliliters to teaspoons. A milliliter is a cubic centimeter or a cc, by the way, but I'm going to emphasize the scientific calculator mode. Yesterday I made a video showing how to find the logarithm of a number. That's the base 10 logarithm. And its anti-log or inverse function, the exponential function to the base 10, 10 to the xth. Also, the natural logarithm, the base e logarithm, where e is an irrational number roughly equivalent to 2.71828. It's a very special number, but I won't get into the reasons for that right now. It just has very special characteristics. And the anti-log base e is also known as e to the x, or the exponential function to the base e. So, for example, if you wanted to find the natural logarithm of 86, you'd punch in 86, hit natural logarithm, and obviously you're going to get an irrational number. Then you want to know, well, what's the anti-logarithm of 4.45, etc., etc., etc.? You just go to the e to the x function. This number up here, this irrational number, is x. So you're going to find the anti-logarithm to the base e of x. And wouldn't you know it, you get 86 right back again. I showed you that in yesterday's video. There's some other very important, interesting functions. X to the y is another way, by the way, you can find the anti-logarithm of a number. Let's just say, let's clear this whole business and start with the number 3. The base 10, or the base 10 anti-logarithm of 3 is going to be 10 cubed, or 1,000. Now, let's go back to the 3. We just take the logarithm of that and undo what we just did. Now, another way to find the anti-logarithm is to use the x to the y key. 10 to the x here, you're going to find the base 10 anti-logarithm of x. But when you have x to the y, you can enter 10 for x as the anti-logarithm base, and then 3 for y. So let's just see what happens when we do this. We enter 10, hit x to the y, then we enter 3, and then equals 1,000. That is the base 10 anti-logarithm of 3. Now, if you want to use e here, you're going to have a little tougher time, because I don't know of any convenient way to get e. Well, as a matter of fact, yes, I do. Let's clear this again. If you want to find e, just enter 1, and then take e to the x, e to the first power, and there you have the irrational exponential constant e. So now you enter this as x in the x to the y function. Now suppose you want to find the base e anti-logarithm of 2.5, then you enter 2.5, hit equals, and here's what you get. Another irrational number, of course. But this calculator in scientific mode, now that's the most useful for us. You can find the sine of a number directly, the cosine, and the tangent. And then, of course, by dividing out the appropriate ratios, you can get the other, the cosecant, the secant, and the cotangent. and you can also get the tangent by dividing the sine by the cosine. And here are their inverses. So let's just say you want to find, we're going to go in degrees. Okay, we're in degrees right now. So let's find the sine of say 45 degrees. Let's find its sine. And there it is, an irrational number. Now, what's the inverse sine of that irrational number, would you suppose, in degrees? Do you want to make a bet? I live near Deadwood, but I'm not a betting man. Except on stuff like this, I'll bet you it's going to turn out to be 45. And sure enough it is. So I'm just doing a little testing for you to show the functions. That's radians. So if you want to find, say, let's say 1 radian. Let's clear this. 1 radian. What is the sine of 1 radian? That's about 57 and some odd degrees. You'd expect it to be an irrational number, and sure enough it is. Now let's find the inverse sine of that. What are you going to get? 1. But 1 what? 1 radian, not 1 degree. And now I don't know what grad is, to be perfectly honest with you, and I don't know what F-E means, but play around a little bit with this, and all you got to do is pin it to your taskbar. And the way that I did that, sorry about the cough here. Well, I can't seem to get this. I want this thing to close out. Close window. Okay. Now, all you do is just swipe from the right. And I have one of these great big screen monitors that's also touch sensitive. I can simply use my fingers, swipe to the right, hit calculator in the search, and then there you go. Or you can right click on it and pin it to the taskbar or the start menu. I've also got it pinned to my start menu, by the way, right there. The other calculator is the smaller one, which I would use in other types of videos. But I'm just sort of demonstrating this new calculator function that seems to be unique. I've never noticed it before, but maybe I just have not been attentive enough. It's a real cool calculator because it'll just take up your whole screen. It always starts in standard. So if you want scientific, you got to select that, and then you can take it right from there. A wonderful scientific calculator made for tablets, but great for making videos like this too. Stan Gibilisco signing off from some galaxy somewhere. This is what the Milky Way looks like. So Earth would be around a star, a rather faint star, somewhere out in one of these spiral arms. And here we be. And for now I say to you, have a good night, and so long.